Hello, hello, hello. Here we are talking to the dragons and letting the dragons give us the information that we've wanted for a little while. So every week I do these dragon card readings. There is a theme every single week, like a conscious theme. So no matter what card you've chosen, whether it's 1, 2, 3 or 4, there will be a lot of information coming through for you that you realise, I've just been thinking about that, or God, that's come up a few times. So this is exactly where and what the dragons are interested in, letting you know what your soul already knows. The theme this week, as always, hidden in the background, hidden in the hidden dynamics, is just how powerful you are when you let your soul come all the way through. So even if you haven't chosen a card yet, if you haven't chosen a number, so that I can read these messages out to you, and I just realised I've forgotten my glasses, you really need to just be able to think of a number. We know which number feels strongest for you at the moment, 1, 2, 3 or 4, and that will be the message for you this week. In these cards you will have some actions to take. There will be some things that just to let your human step out of the way a little bit more and let your soul all the way through. My first dragon that came through to me, and this is the most important message, you don't know how powerful you are. So once you know how powerful you are letting your soul all the way through. You are receiving guidance. So this is the theme this week. So I am going to start reading the cards for you, and it's not just the message in your head. Allow it to land in your body. Allow that message to really sit with you and resonate with you. Now, sometimes these messages can be quite long, and I will just read a snapshot of that particular card. These cards are available on Amazon, and also within my group Practical Magic, when you are manifesting with the dragons. I'm able to do readings for you, and I'm able to help you channel yourself, the dragon, that will be the most beneficial for you for whatever project you're on, whatever you're facing. For example, last week I needed a foreword for the book that I'm writing. The book is written and channeled by the dragons, and it is called Dragon Practical Magic. And I was trying to think, well, gosh, who can write a foreword for me? Is it that person? I just got, no, it's not that person. Is it this person? No, it's not this person. And I was like, well, okay, can you, I don't know, please show me how, which is one of the most popular phrases that we are taught to use so that the dragons come through. So with that, and I wrote a post in my group last week, about Elder, the chieftain, who came through to me and gave me and wrote for me the foreword of the book. When I've been struggling with my French, because I live in France, if I've been struggling with technical things, you are able to channel in the dragon that will just guide you as to where you should be looking, what you could be looking at, and they bring you the solutions. That is what the dragons are all about. Channeling the dragons is so, so powerful. For myself, I just want to know how far I can go with this, because as the human, and we're all human, we stand in our own way too much. So this is what the dragons want to help us navigate our consciousness into ascension and through the first portal. They call it the dragon's portal. You may have heard that term before. So let's just ask the dragons to come through and give us the most powerful card for what it is that you're facing right now, how you need to change so that you're not giving your power away and that you don't know how powerful you are. Let's just see the card that comes through. It's been a very powerful weekend. We've had the Dragon Summit this weekend, and the dragons are coming through more and more and more, because this is the year of the dragon. So as I shuffle the cards, I'm going to ask the most powerful card for anyone who chose card number 1. If card or the number 1 is coming through for you very, very powerfully, then this will be the message for you, and these will be the actions that you need to take. Okay, there we are. There's our first card that's just flipped out. Oh, I don't have my glasses. They're on my head. Look at that. Okay, card number 24, and it is Raphael. Now, this is an interesting card because it came up for me when I was doing some readings this weekend with a group of ladies. sowing seeds. And it was really, really difficult for me to hear this card at first. Earthly success in sowing the seeds. So let's read what that means to most of us when we are creating a business and when we are trying to make our mark on the earth, when we're trying to live in our true purpose. And I shall read Raphael to you. Let's just see if I can do this at the same time, because that would be just amazing. I wonder if it's going to let me do that. No, not now. All right, so Raphael. It's so tempting to view your life on earth in terms of success and failure, and pin a badge of pride to that for finances accumulated and your rewards directly received for a specific activity. Success is on its way, is to sow the seeds. Sometimes it's not meant to go any further right now. There is a tendency for humans to believe that maybe you, your desire, your projects or products are not compelling enough. You feel the pressure build up and expect to be rewarded for all the time, all the efforts and all the hard work that you have done. But because the seed is sown, it is now anyone's personal choice from their own free will and from their soul as to whether they move forward or not with your project, with your business, with your products. Here is an opportunity to investigate your underlying beliefs that lie behind what earthly success looks and feels like for you. Maybe you don't believe that you can do what you do across the board and to everyone that you come across. Or is this where you really need to be able to ask your soul and ask your spirit, is this the right project? Is this the right product? Is this the right person? Feel if there is a soul-to-soul connection. If that soul wants what you are offering and will benefit from what you are offering. Maybe there's a bigger purpose for you to follow and you're playing just a little bit too small, not actually realizing your destiny for this lifetime. Knowing this, we can make it happen if the others are ready. If not, then you have sown a fantastic seed. And that is the soul's work in and of itself. That is a great success. This is soul work, and with no exception for the direct reward that you have, that it has to come in a certain way to you. Often what happens is when you have a product and a service as an earthbound human, you think by having a product or a service or a way of being is the way that you will be rewarded in financial terms so that you can survive on this planet Earth. Now, sometimes the seeds that you sow need to germinate for a little while. Some need to ferment, however the best seed is grown. Seeds are seasonal. Seeds need to be grown in a certain time. Others need to lay dormant for a little while. And then they can come forth in the right season for them. If it's not their right season, they will not be able to grow strong or fully use the techniques that you have and want to share. So sowing the seed is very, very valuable, but then it needs to gestate. Then it needs to be birthed. It needs to be absorbed. Sometimes there is a misconception that there is no value in sowing seeds. But we, the dragons, want you to know that there is great, great value. You, as earthly beings, as humans, out of your current experiences, only put value on money. But there is karmic value in there too. And we will always support you so that you have enough of what you need when you are following your path and following your dreams. Of that, there is no doubt. Unfortunately, humanity has come to expect quick and direct 1 + 1 = 2, a very linear reasoning for the reward. There seems to have to be a huge, great lump sum of money arriving so that you can feel safe. And that way is the old way of living. Whereas rather than allowing money to come in like a breath, as and when it is needed, supporting your immediate needs and trusting you are in the flow and the source for all creation. You are here for a bigger reason than to continue in the old ways, where generations have been doing the same things in the same ways over and over ad infinitum. We, the dragons, get to know and trust that your needs are fulfilled, and you can then create your own world and deliver your soul work and sow the seeds and see what else is possible and available to create out of practical magic. Raphael is the silver dragon. He is huge, and he is like your favorite old professor. He is so slow, precise, and he has this energy of just overseeing everything, and he so wants you to succeed. And this is what he means about sowing seeds, putting in the details, putting in the work, looking at your hidden beliefs about success or about what you do. So unraveling all the time why it is that you feel that you need to survive. Where does this fear come from? Maybe it's from lack, or the fact that you believe that 1 and 1 equals 2. Therefore, I've worked really hard, I need the reward now. Now, I know for myself that has often been the case. I'm like, oh, I've spent so much time creating this and this and this and this. Like, where is it coming from? But that doubt in the back of your mind is just enough of an energetic value to stop things coming in. So I suggest to you that you do a little bit of a spring clean on success and whatever that means to you. A spring clean, by the way, when you work with the dragons and when you work with manifesting with the dragons, is about asking yourself the same question repeatedly until you can really, really feel what success feels for you. If you want to know more, please let me know. We are moving now on to card number 2. So card number 1, thank you very much, was Raphael, and what number did I say that was? 24. So we're going to move on to card number 2, and as always, the theme this week is about giving your power away. And that means you're giving your power away to others to do with validation, to do with what success feels like, and it may look like what success looked like to your parents or to your partner, but that's not necessarily what the dragons mean by success. So, but they do know that you need to survive on this earth plane, but until you show them what success really means for you, it is very difficult for them to deliver it, because they work in frequency, they work in energy, and they work in delivering that back to you so that you match it. And if you're down here thinking, this is not success for me, I don't get anything, but you know, your real success is up here, you need to do the bits in between to really feel and understand what success is for you so that it can be matched. Very frustrating, I know, but the dragons want you to grow and evolve and work at a higher vibration. Therefore, they're always going to be pushing you to do that. So we're asking for card number 2 so that we can delve deeper into this week's theme about how powerful you are. Right, there we go. Brilliant. So card number 2 is Sovereign, card number 37. Let's read card number 37. Sovereign is the dragon, and she insists that you connect in with your soul. And this is all the work that I do. I'm connecting human after human after human after human into their soul. Now, we can know about our soul, we can have read about our soul, but are we in that state of consciousness, having a conversation with our soul? Are we able to ask for things and then see that they are actually delivered, and trust, and then trust some more, and then trust some more that the soul is actually feeding us and guiding us with information? So the card here is feeling disconnected, or have you just not asked for your soul's opinion? So this is card number 2 coming through about, this is just how powerful you are. So Sovereign, huge loving, great, regal, purple sovereignty dragon, asking you to step into who you really, really are, deep, deep down. You'll make more of an impact on your environment when you know and attend to your soul's connection, and when you become aware that you are adrift. It could be that you're feeling a little lost and, dare I say it, irritated. Some things go wrong and turn out not as you wanted. Could you have potentially been disconnected from your soul and not considering or reading your soul? Or could these be truly the state when you are actually truly connected and receiving a message that just needs deciphered? You have familiar patterns, symptoms and feelings that you recognize when they appear. They turn up and cause havoc in your life, just to nudge you. And they are here showing you the way that calls you back to your soul, for you to remember who you are as a powerful creator. You get to alter the state and set up of any situation as the creator. You set it up from your moment you wake up to when you go to the supermarket, to when you sit in your car, to when you sit behind your computer, to when you invite friends round to your house. You set that up. You set it up before anything happens, already in your mind. God, this is going to be a disaster. Or God, this is going to be boring. Or this is going to be wonderful. We're going to have such great, soulful, connected conversations, for example. Symptoms rise up and persist in your physical body. Symptoms that hinder your daily tasks so much that you can't work or do what you normally do or want to do. These are growing pains. All too familiar situations occur within relationships are like deja vu. And that the same old conflicts keep on rising up, even if you've got a new partner, even if it's coming through your kids or your parents. It's like, I've been here before. Your financial situation alters again. That wobbles your stability and has you for fear, for running, and for your very, very survival. Your mood is off as the state of your energy and focus, which you will now recognize more and more as your personal soul signals to you what is needed for you to step out of the way and let your soul all the way through. Come back and reset yourself. These reminders are here to remember that you are off somehow. Something in your hidden dynamic in the back of your head, an old memory, an old expectation, is actually causing this chaos in your life. You've not been paying attention or considering your soul. Your perceptions need rotating, and as an altered state needs igniting, as all of this chaos may feel like you are disconnected. However, you are not, as it happens, disconnected. But have you been asking your soul? You are being asked to break through a common thought pattern, a habitual pattern, and a feeling or an energetic state that you have just lived in for too long. That's the spell that needs to be broken. And the turmoil created around you was your soul calling you as a soul intervention to step up and clear that old pattern. From the moment, there is more to that reading, by the way, it's rather a long one. The moment that you notice that you're feeling off, what's that word? Discombobulated, whatever it is. Things are not working out for you. Things are like you're complaining and you can hear yourself, oh my God, not again. I can't do it. I don't know who I am. I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what to do today. This is a sign from your soul to say, let's do things in a different way, shall we? Let's get back in and see what life is really all about, and actually go back in and ask your soul. This is actually very common when it comes to your business and things like that as well. People often rerun programs, or that's funny, isn't it? I say programs or courses, and they just think that they create a course and that's it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. It's going to stay like that for the rest of your life. And like that, I found it. That's it. It's great. But we need to always take it back up to source back up for the guidance to say, what else needs to be added in here? What else can I channel through? What else can I download that would be more powerful than this? What could be better than this? So that was card number 2. And we're moving forward. Let's just see what flips out this time. So we're going to be moving on to card number 3. Anyone who chose card number 3? Oh, right. Okay, that was quick. So these cards are flying out today. All right. So Tara is a sea dragon. She is element of water. She's blue and green, and she has these waves of being able to filter out and go through the blue and the green, and she's showing you how you can pivot from one thing to the other. You can pivot from blue to green. You can pivot from happy to sad. You can pivot from coming from lack to luxurious. You pivot all the time, and this is her. She came to me when I was on a beach here in France walking my dog, and when I sat down and I did a reading for someone, I do these snapshot readings of people's business, asking what does the business want to say to them, and it's just so profound. Like when soul comes through, when your business comes through as a conscious business, and it starts feeding you the information of what you're really truly here for. Very, very powerful. So Tara, card number 16. She's a very sweet dragon, and she's very inquisitive, and she really asks a lot of questions, the same as she did for me when she came on the beach. She was interviewing and kind of not grilling me, but just interviewing me like, you know, what are you here for? What are you doing? What's going on? What's happening next? So let's choose card number 16. There we go. So her message, flip out of resistance. Now this is something that humans do over and over and over again. No matter what guidance we're getting, no matter what messages we're getting, often we'll just kind of go, we'll ignore it, we'll fight it. I know for sure that when I've had guidance come through, I'm like, God, that's never going to work. we flip, and we go, no, not going to do it. No, that's too hard. No, I've never heard of anybody else doing that. No. So she's asking you to just be open and flip out of the human's stubborn resistance and that self-sabotage. And this is her message to you. So just feel it in your body as it resonates with you if you've chosen card number 3. You can now easily recognize that most things that pop up that you would normally treat as an emergency or another drama to deal with are merely a slight frustration and an inconvenience to how you wanted things to go. The situation arises as if by magic to tempt you back into your old ways of reacting. And maybe you can notice, oh, you know, in the past I would have reacted very differently to how I react now. You can be a little bit smug about it, and you can kind of go, I just don't dive into that lower vibration anymore. Maybe to see if you can dance past it this time and remain neutral and unaffected. Notice how you feel and see if your mind and body are able to be a lot calmer. Installing consciously some different and fresh perspectives. How can you see the humour or the hidden dynamics of the situation for what it really is? It's an energy that needs to be expressed, released or completed. Maybe now you can also understand that you had in fact imagined an exact drama just like this happening, and then as if by magic, here it is right bang up in front of you and in your face. Maybe you can see in your mind's eye and imagine that you have out in front of you a gauge that looks like a dial, like a speed dial on your car on the dashboard, that measures the energy that goes from one side of the stress and panic to flip it over to the other side to be peaceful and serene and safe. And it feels fantastic that you have the best outcome ever. And in the middle, there is you in neutral, a place that feels like none of my concern. In neutral, you can take your foot off the gas, stop speeding everywhere, responding, and take the vehicle you were driving out of gear and coast along for a while and observe the situations that appear on your path. Behind every situation, there is a hidden dynamic, a deeper meaning that you can continue to feed off and allow to consume you and create a form on your physical barometer, which is your body, that clearly shows you how well you are coping. Remembering that energetic state that lands into you and onto your body will create an entity all of its own eventually. It will create form in vibration. The more persistent you are with thinking the same thing and doing the same thing, it creates a solid form and a symptom, a problem on your body. These are all created from the vibration, the negative perspective, or the repeated story that you keep on telling. You hold it, and you can simply now easily let it go when you readjust your perspective and choose where on the gauge you would rather be. Would you rather be in stress and pressure, or would you rather be in everything's working out hunky-dory and you know where neutral is? You pass through neutral and then you start creating on the other end of the scale. We, the Dragon Collective, often see resistance to the energy that rises up, that is asking to be completed and cleared, to allow you to be neutral and safe, as this energy emanates from you and is visible to us. It is visible in color, it is visible in static. Resistance has a vibration that surrounds you and therefore attracts more of the similar things. It feels like a battle. It feels like you need to fight it. The need to stay engaged and frustrated in the drama affects everyone and everything around you, including the air around you. Everything shifts. Seismic shifts happen when you choose to let go. This is such a beautiful, beautiful message from Tara. Thank you very much, Tara. That's card number 16, Tara. We're going to move on now to the last card. Don't forget, Awaken with the Dragons. Anytime you can pull a card and you can just see exactly what the dragons are reminding you all the time of where you sit in resistance, where you are not connected into your sovereignty, when you're not putting enough detail into what it is that you want to create. You've not even asked yourself, what is it that I want? You know, you haven't even asked your soul, what am I here for? So every single time, we're not to be oblivious, and this is what navigating through this ascension is all about with the dragons. So let's shuffle the deck and let's just see what comes out as card number 4. And hopefully you are feeling these, you are resonating with these, you're going to allow yourself to have the manifestation that is needed. All right, so card number 2, this is Sovereign. Sovereign is the matriarch of this particular clan of dragons. She is able to connect with you here down on Earth. She is the matriarch of the dragons. And her first words to me, which is the theme for this week, you don't know how powerful you are. When you stand in your power, when you're connected to your soul, when you're able to go into neutral, when you're able to put a lot of detail in on things and decide what it is that you want, you don't know how powerful you are. There is so much more available for you as a human here on Earth, whether it's to do with your relationships, your business, your love life, your home life. So much more available for you when you put in practical magic, when you allow yourself to be the creator. Now, Sovereign, Seraphina, card number 2, says, the spell has to be broken. The knowledge has to come through. So I hope you're listening, and more so, I hope you're feeling what it feels like. It's not to be done in the head, not to be saying mantras like, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, or I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. It's feeling it. If you can actually have the experience of it, you start to radiate it, and the dragons are able to see your frequency and then match that to you. Okay, so the spell has to be broken. The knowledge has to come through now. You have Much needed knowledge that needs to come through now. The spell has to be broken. Things are already changing for you. The old ways do not work so well for you anymore. The pressure, the struggle, the battles. Enough time has passed in struggle. It's time to access your power, which is the power to create magic and miracles for yourself. The planet and the population are evolving rapidly now. And those who wish to shift into being conscious creators, to wield this power for the good, for the fun, for the play, and for the experience of feeling 100% alive, and just experiencing your time on this planet, in this earthly flesh and bones body as a creator and a life well lived, that is your purpose. You can experience creation and being able to create out of energy, out of vibration, out of ether, out of nothing, and yet out of everything. Everything is possible for you. Anybody can create. There is potential to go from sickness to health. Anybody can change their focus. You can call to you what you want. Once you are clear and know without a doubt that this is what you want and that it will certainly arrive, once you know that the feeling and the energy of what it is that you want, that's it. It's as simple and as hard as that. Humans, Serafina is reminding me now, make it way too complicated to live this life. We overthink. If we could just stay in neutral, keeping focused on the outcome that we want, that is power. That is the power that you hold. But the humans, we get snapped up, snarled up, get our panties in a wad, and all those expressions, because we overthink things. We make things way, way, way too complicated. People who are communicating with animals or communicating with plants or communicating soul to soul, it is so simple. We go into a state of complete neutrality and simplicity, and from there all things can be received. The dragons, one of the dragon cards is we can't reach you because you're thinking way too much. Way too much. We are overwhelmed with the amount of energy and buzz and static that's going on around you. And we just can't reach you. We can't get to you. So these messages are just here to remind you about how humans are perceiving life. The solidity that's needed, the work that's needed, the jobs, the pressure that we put ourselves under, rather than allowing ourselves to create what is exactly right for us right now. In Practical Magic, I help so many men and women have readings from the dragons, teach them how to channel the dragons, teaching you how to manifest in your own business. And it's not through word, it's through how can you actually stand in that state and really own your powers, really getting into just how powerful a creator you actually are. The dragons absolutely love you. There is no feeling and expression like it when you tap into that, and they hold you in great reverence, in great regard, and there's nothing more than they want for you than to stand in your power and know how life works and be able to say, oh God, I get it. I know how life works. I know how to do this. I know how to step into my power and to use all of these abilities that I was given, and now I can put them into action, and I can see the evidence of things changing and things are happening around me, and I'm always asking my soul for assistance. This is what the dragons do. They highlight the gaps between your spiritual experience and your human experience, just highlighting the gaps to show you you're not asking your soul. You can ask for anything. You can call in the dragons. You can channel information through. You are the most precious commodity on this planet, because when you shine, the world around you shines. And that is precious. And that is what we are here to do. Any more information that you want from me, please don't hesitate to ask. The dragons are available for everybody. There are clans and groups and families and clans of galactics or earthbound or essential. There's just elemental, there's just so many different dragons coming through this year to help and assist your growth and the way that you cope with the world around you.